right, so we hear from Carey Price right there. Snaps his mini three-game losing skid in this series. Both goalies have been really good in this series. On the other end, Jack Campbell, although Montreal, the offense finally coming alive. As we mentioned, 4 goals in the first 4 games. They get 4 in this one. How did they finally solve the puzzle that is Campbell?
Well, a big part of it was the forecheck that Montreal had going early, right off the top of the game. And what I liked about that is the fact that they got to that early. They didn't allow Toronto to get comfortable. Toronto's playing at home. Yes, we know the no fans, but still, they're playing in their home building, and Montreal jumped out on top of them. They got going. They got the forecheck. They got the physical kind of element and aspect of their game intact as well. And, by the way, then they started making simple plays, getting pucks to the net, forced Toronto to have to defend. Why? Toronto's the more offensive team. We know that. They're offensively explosive. They have game breakers. They've got the great Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, etc. Willie Nylander so far has been great in this series, but if they have to defend, now you kind of neutralize a lot of that offense, and that's what Montreal did from the outset.
All right, we look ahead now to Game 6, and again, fans finally back in the building up there north of the border at Bell Center. We're seeing Nashville right now, 14,000. We've seen 9,000. What is 25,000, or 2,500, I should say, going to feel like in Montreal? What kind of impact does that have for the players going back to home ice?
Players are going to be excited. I mean, all the players that I've spoken to around the league, from the start of the season to this point, just talk about how much they miss the fans in the atmosphere, how much they miss being able to have extended family members and friends there playing in front of the people that they're privileged to play in front of on a day-to-day basis. And now for Montreal to get this would be the first fans at any sporting event in Canada, period. Let's hope they're not going to be the last anytime soon. Let's hope that continues increasing. But the players are going to be jazzed up. They're going to be pumped. They're going to be excited. And also, too, just the history of this series. This is the first time these two iconic franchises have met in the last 42 years.
It's amazing.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
The first time. So imagine what this series could have been like if the arenas were open for fans. But more importantly, you're going to take what you can get, and that 2,500 or whatever it's going to be at the Bell Center game, next to this upcoming game 6. Yeah. It's going to feel like probably about 8,000 to 10,000 for those players.
Exactly. We look forward to that.
Absolutely.
Game 6 back in Montreal coming up on Saturday night.